The last time is now tournament. That in of itself, good concept, makes some sense, but overall, I feel like what they're doing, and I'm recording this the night after Zack Ryder came back. Honestly, WWE, I've been watching your product for way too long for you to think that I'm going to think because you put some question marks over the face. See, what they want to do, they want to manipulate fans that are less knowledgeable about this whole pro wrestling thing. What WWE likes to do is dangle the carrot and then like just have it mean nothing. Like for example, I think it was last week, Triple H puts out a tweet or whatever we're calling it. Oh yeah, the landscape of pro wrestling is about to change tonight. Okay. In what context is the wrestling landscape changing? Are you talking about the start of and I don't even know if it's the start, I can't remember, of the My Last Time Is Now tournament? Are you talking about Logan Paul showing up? Like, what was he talking about? So WWE loves to like false advertise. I'll just call it what it is. They like to false advertise. They like to make stuff, like to make it seem like bigger things are going to happen than what's actually going to happen. And then people tune in by the droves, and then they look, and then they realize it's just the same old shit. And they've been doing that for a while now. So you got the Last Time Is Now tournament. They're saying, oh, yeah, this person versus mystery opponent, that person versus mystery opponent. And what the typical naive fans gonna think is, oh my God, is Chris Jericho gonna be one of the mystery opponents? Oh my God, is one of the mystery opponents gonna be Edge? That's what they want you to think. But in reality, you got Zack Ryder, and honestly, the other person is probably gonna be Joe Hendry, which is great. In general, is great. Okay, Joe Hendry, but then at the same time, Joe Hendry, Chris Jericho, Edge, is levels to this shit, man. And Joe Hendry not it. So then to mix in with the complication of this whole the Last Time Is Now tournament thing, you got John Cena dethroning Dominic Mysterio, one of the hottest heels in the business right now, dethroning him and taking the Intercontinental title. So now you kind of telegraphed the end of the Last Time Is Now tournament, because from my perspective, John Cena's last big win was that match against Dominic Mysterio. I do not see John Cena winning his final match. I feel like he's going to have the approach like, hey, let me give something back to the business. And now, since he has the Intercontinental title, he's probably going to drop that title to somebody during the tournament, and that's going to give him not only the boost of beating John Cena in his final match, but it's also going to give him the boost of becoming the Intercontinental Champion. Before he won the Intercontinental Championship, I thought that there was a chance that John Cena was going to go out on top and win his final match. But now that this has happened, I feel like it's almost a lock that he loses his final match, unless somehow WWE does something stupid like they've been doing a lot lately and have somebody beat John Cena for the Intercontinental title before the end of the tournament, which I'm not sure how many dates he even has left. That might be his last date that he has left. Either they're going to do that, or they're going to have John Cena win his final match and then have him relinquish the Intercontinental title, which I also think is stupid. So now I think, as WWE always does, I think that WWE has pigeonholed themselves, backed themselves into a corner where they're going to have to just have the person beat John Cena in his last match and win the Intercontinental title. Who is that going to be? I mean, there's a bunch of names that I could just rule out completely. And I don't have every participant in my mind just off the top of my head. Um, I don't see a guy like Sheamus winning. Um, LA Knight. LA Knight has a good chance of winning. LA Knight has a pretty good chance of winning. Gunther. Gunther could win, but really, what does it do for Gunther? Yeah, beating John Cena in his final match will put a feather in his cap, but do we really need to see Gunther win an Intercontinental Championship again when he's already one of the greatest Intercontinental champions of all time? I don't think so. Javon Evans, I feel like he's going to earn respect in his match against Gunther this upcoming Monday, but I don't see a scenario where Javon Evans actually beats Gunther. If he does, that would change my entire entire idea of Javon Evans winning. Honestly, I think the most likely winner of this tournament is probably going to be, and me assuming that Joe Hendry is the mystery person, me assuming that the rumors that he signed a full contract with WWE, me believing these things are all true, I could see him being the favorite to win the tournament because he beats John Cena in his final match and wins the Intercontinental title. He could just roll right into the next show and be over. I do think there's a lot of people in the pro wrestling fan community in the IWC that don't think that Joe Hendry is all that. They talk about his physique. They talk about his wrestling skills. They think that like he's kind of like a one-trick pony. I do think that Joe Hendry has more that he could offer in terms of his character, and hopefully they could get that out of him in WWE. But then again, when it comes to the IWC, you don't know if these are the feelings, the true feelings of these people, and you don't know if it's just somebody who's an AEW fan or want to be an AEW fan just talking shit because Joe Hendry's associated with WWE. I don't know, but they've backed themselves into a corner with this my time last time is now tournament, and they're gonna have to figure their way out of it.